It is a special edition of Sports Zone today because today we will relive the year gone by, which is probably one of the most successful years overall for Indian sports. So welcome to this very special edition. I'm Esha Hanspal. They say that if cricket is a religion, then Sachin Tendulkar is God. It's almost as if how can we not begin the show by talking about him. What else? The seemingly ageless master blaster had a phenomenal 2010. He started off by becoming the first ever man to score an ODI double hundred and then rounded up the year by becoming the only cricketer to score 50 test tons. Sports Zone salutes the maestro as one of his most productive years comes to an end. Well, that's our Superman. Well, the other achiever on our list now is a Superwoman too. After a stupendous 2008 and 2009 that saw her win numerous accolades, Indian badminton ace Saina Nehwal carried on from where she left off. The 20-year-old Indian created history in June this year when she became the first Indian ever to win a Super Series title with the Indonesian Open. Not only did Saina reach a career-high ranking of world #2 this year, but she was also honoured with the highest award for sports, the Arjuna Award, for her achievements. Well, it wasn't just the big guns firing this year, but the year 2010 saw a lot of fireworks in other lesser-known forms of sports in the country as well. Sports Zone will continue to salute our sporting heroes on the other side of this commercial break. Do stay with us. Welcome back to this very special episode of Sports Zone. Well, we certainly have a lot to brag about, as go our Indian sportspersons this year. So without much ado, let's now talk about Arjun Atwal, whose historic title triumph on the PGA Tour was the high point of an otherwise moderate year for Indian golf. The former Asian Tour #1 became the first Indian to win on PGA Tour at the Wyndham Championship in August. He was also the first Monday qualifier to win on the PGA Tour since Fred Wadsworth did at the 1986 Southern Open. Sports lovers, our regular temperament is also to have immense faith in the ability of our sporting stars. And so quite naturally, with a lot of international spotlight on India, with New Delhi hosting the 2010 Commonwealth Games, the expectations were obviously sky high. Now, the lead up to the Games, like we saw, was mired by stories of financial irregularities and lack of sufficient infrastructure. But once the event started, it was a success story. Not the least because India finished with its best ever medal tally in the event. With such an impressive showing, just proud may be an understatement. These athletes were a true inspiration for the millions in the country watching them. After the Commonwealth Games came the Asian Games in Guangzhou. And well, what do we say about it? With a total of 64 medals, Indian sportspersons scripted the country's best ever performance at the Asian Games as well. India ended its campaign in the sporting spectacle at the 6th position with 14 gold, 17 silver and 33 bronze medals. Just watching them again is giving me the chills. Well, 2010 has certainly seen feats conquered in myriad forms of sports. We have quite a few more Indian mavericks to talk about, but for that, take another break. We'll be back with a lot more, I promise. Well, we have almost reached to the end of the show, and like we saw, the year 2010 has been path-breaking for Indian sports. Indians bagged record number of medals at different events around the world. List of Indian achievers this year is endless. So last, but certainly not the least, we have packed in some more power-packed performers just for you. So that draws us to the close of this very special episode of Sports Zone, and as it should be, we will leave you with visuals of all the Indian sports heroes of the year 2010, and boy, there have been quite a few of them. So from all of us here on Sports Zone, this is Esha saying thanks for watching for one last time this year. Wish you a very happy new year from all of us here. Sports Zone will meet you again in the new year with new records, achievements and stellar performances to talk about. Bye-bye.